Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome back to Knightica. Today we're going to cover something that some people seem to be struggling with, and that is actually just getting through normal difficulty on each of the characters, even with just basic trinkets. Now, this is actually a fairly decent starting trinket. We have the minor here, we have the +6, but if you back out and come back in, it'll re-roll it. Now, usually whenever I'm setting up a specific one, I'll do this a handful of times. You can press, well, I just pressed it early, but you can press enter and escape to get in and back out and see what kind of stuff you can get. That is one of the kind of easiest tricks. You could go until you get an ogre. Obviously, it's fairly infrequent, and right now we're with the warrior here. I'm gonna go with the scholar here, simply because they are more just average across the board. Their big advantage is the lore scrolls, which we can just skip over using, and they actually have a disadvantage of rolling the shop. The rest of the characters actually do have some decent benefits to them, whereas this one is just okay. We can skip all of its advantages. But what I would usually do is I'll re-roll a little bit. We're probably going to go with the minor because it's a fairly common one to get as far as blue units go. It doesn't provide any penalties, and it's easy enough to get, and it's a good econ unit. There's, of course, other advantage ones. There's ones that open slots on the board, which is probably your best just money one out of the ones available. And of course, some of your pink unit ones are actually really good. In normal difficulty, Necromancer can be a way to win as well, as far as the pinks go, but the easiest ones are still going to be things like your ogres, to a lesser extent your mechas, and your princesses. I would not go for a shaman pink. That is not worth losing 2 slots over. But we're going to go with the minor here, simply because it is a decent enough unit. It's fairly common. We can buy it, and it will take us through the first few waves. Now, as far as your early investment, if you're really unsure, or if you just got one of the money ones, sorcerers are not a bad start to just spam out, simply because they get XP on shop rolls, and they level up and get you more money whenever you go to sell them. So early on, they can be a little bit of an investment. Obviously, there are better choices. Burrowers would be the ideal pick as far as the basic units go for economy. Whenever you get up to greens, you'll get a few more options. Blues are where economy really starts to shine. And you may notice I am keeping the minor away from all of these mages, and there's a burrower. So for example, I would just grab that. None of the rest of these are super important. I could re-roll right now and look for something better. We're still early on in World 1. We still don't have any scaling. So those are 2 problems. Early on in World 1, you're not going to be getting a lot of green and blue units. Obviously, you'll get maybe like 1 green every few rerolls. Well, we're just going to go with this and let the miners do their job. They can handle the first few waves by themselves. The sorcerers can as well. So until you get to this first star, you don't really need to worry about much. Here we have another green unit. The mage, this is actually a really good one on princess runs to grab, as far as if you're going through normal with them, because each time they get XP, they get more damage. And they also have a fairly decent kind of function with the passive max level being increased by 10. So you can get them up to a fairly high amount. Now we're up to 22 gold. That means this guy's going to start giving us bonus money. As far as how I want to position my units, we're starting to get in a little bit of a confused setup here. But I'm going to go ahead and just get myself another one of these. This, if you're not going in XP run, is kind of a trap. Just plain and simple. They really only benefit if you are doing something like a princess, or you have some of the good enchantments for giving XP on such and such an effect. Now, if we jump into here, we have the choice of elite monster. I'm not confident in this current composition to beat an elite monster, so we go to the tavern. Probably not going to buy anything at the tavern, but it depends on what we have here. We've got a lore scroll. We're going to skip those, unfortunately, because of what's I said earlier. Now, the salamander, this one is good if you have temporary buffs that are applying each and every round. This is not my favorite unit. It's really good for arena, and it's really good for certain very specific builds, but it doesn't scale as hard as it used to. So that's just one of those things. Now that we have 33, I am going to start re-rolling. We are going to get gold sprouts from the burrow, which is nice. Dragons are not terrible starting units. They can be used to set up, say, red dragon is probably your best starter if you get dragons for it. They can set up in econ builds and actually be kind of scary. In fact, I might, you know what? I will go ahead and invest in that just in case. Just to see what we have in here. Dryads are really good if you're going the ogre run. They're okay for everything else, but they're not exceptional. They're just one of those units that it'll help the defense of your front lines, and we do need to be thinking about scalers now because we only have a handful of things until we get to the boss fight. So that is what we're looking at now. We have another burrower, which I'm going to sell my lowest EXP one of these guys and drop in the burrower. We also have a scrapper, which since we're going an econ build, will work out a lot better. Because each time we get a source of gold, that will grow. And now that we have space down here, we plop that in. Do I want another egg? I'm still at, I will drop below 23 if I take that egg. So I'm not going to take it right now. Generally speaking, playing this build, I would be taking those lore scrolls right now to dump into scrappers, but I'm going to avoid them. Because we're playing it to be probably the most generic of the bunch. So we've got that going. And you notice we didn't roll anything on either of these guys, unfortunately. We do have 32 gold. I'm going to grab all of them. We'll slap you over there. Actually, no, we're not going to slap you over there. We're going to slap the egg over there. Boop. There we go. That way we can fit these guys out whenever we reroll. And hopefully get something like this. Econ early on, very important. Defensive nut, gonna go in on our main carry right now, which is this guy. Twist doesn't work with any of these units. If we had got bombshells, this would actually be a really good one because of how it works mechanically with it. Now, we have triggered these. So what I can do, sell back the ones that have 0, or I can merge them in these to make level 2s. We're not keeping them long enough to do that. That's just how it's sitting. Now, obviously, I want to spread my guys back out. Now, this, not really a great setup. Let's see what else we can get. We do have another burrower. Let's go ahead and drop him in. Still haven't triggered any of these. At this point, it's probably good to go like that. Like that again. Because we still have a handful of rolls. We just don't want to go below 20 is the whole goal. And this is going to go in on Hugh. We do want to get these guys leveled up. I just haven't gotten good rolls for it. Usually you would have gotten at least 2 or 3 of these guys by now. But we are just not getting the ideal setup for it. There's another defensive nut. That's going to go in on you. Now you may notice we have a bunch of zeros here. We can do this. This is sometimes used as a pseudo endless cycle. It's not actually endless, but it's pretty decent. There's a little bit of extra money for us. And each time we get gold from these, this guy's getting a little bit of a bump. Is he strong yet? God, no. There's another scrapper for us. Not enough to level him up, but it's a start. Now, I could have saved some of these guys and used them as, you know, fodder later on, but for the most part, just need them in the field. The spirits are actually really solid as well for bumps whenever you reach a boss. I generally use them on the enchanter rather than on this guy. That's just because it works better for me. Now, as the miners get higher level, it's less important to kind of keep them separated. Because that one, it's only +1 gold. It is not a doubling effect. It's literally just +1 gold whenever they're separated. So later on, not going to matter too much. There's some energy root. There's a power nut for you. Nothing too amazing. And we actually have a kind of crappy one here. This is a good defensive boost, but it does not scale at all. It just keeps getting to B+, which does not work too well for us. Obviously, we're going to take a level up on that. That auto rolls our shop, which does work a little bit towards leveling up this sorcerer, but it's not really where we need to be looking at right now. And we do actually have a level 2 egg. I could bring that in now and hope that it's a red dragon. In fact, I am going to. It is not. It is actually the worst of the dragons for me. This is not a terrible dragon. It's just the weakest one in my opinion. I don't like playing with it. It doesn't work well for me. It works okay whenever you have a constant supply of enchantments, which we currently do not have. Okay, so let's plop you on there. We're not going to do any more sorcerer investments. We're not going to worry about this guy, unfortunately. Although, I mean, we could throw him in there as just fodder. That wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Now, I do need to rearrange this so this guy's actually out here now. Because we're going to start getting some gold. Now that he's level 2, he's going to get a bigger boost. It's going to be either attack or defense. These guys are not the best scalers in the game. You can beat normal with them. It's just a pain in the ass. There's a second miner. That is important. We go and sell some of our 0 guys and get ourselves a second mining unit. Now, why am I not doing it as... Here, I'll put him up there for a minute. Now, why am I not doing it as a... I'm trying to think of what the word I was looking for. I'm not merging it, is because I actually want the excess gold from it. Because it's going to make this guy scale a little bit faster. Inheritance. We could actually use that. And that is not a terrible idea. But it does involve doing this number. Basically flipping our script. So we go like that. This guy's about to level up, so we're probably going to lean into actually rolling a couple more times just to get him going. So I think he is 1 away. Yeah, he is 1 away. Boop, there he goes, level 2. Now he gets 9 XP per roll. These guys can be leveled up and be also part of... It's a weird kind of juggling match to do a legitimate infinite money. It's not a glitch, it's just one of those things you can do. Okay, let's see. You have 1 remaining, you do not. And yeah, I'm not concerned about these guys being strong. I mean, I probably should have actually kept the one that I put a thing on, but it's fine. I'm going to sell you. Another one of these guys. Now that we're at 25, we are going to do another reroll. The Dryad, like I said, is good if you're going Ogre. And this might be worth going under for. Do we have... Getting a 3rd miner with the scrappers is not a bad idea. Do I risk getting rid of 2 burrowers for it? Yes. Because each one is a different source of gold. Now, can I fit them all on there without having the downside of them touching? I don't think so. I might be wrong. My brain might just be lying to me, but none of us are perfect, and there's 3 boosts to him. This should get him to be decent. Obviously, he's not a splash fighter, but he will work. Now, we're getting 3 gold per turn from them. Obviously, I could smush them together and we'd get 2 gold, but it's really the ideal. You have at least 30, gain +3/+3. As far as our current characters go, we're not on a track to do exceptionally well against the boss of this place. But if I go like that, it'll end up making this guy a little bit stronger. And we just need to be at 30. And yes, I am investing a lot in him. Mercenaries can be useful for this. We would go below 30, which would mean he wouldn't get a buff. We could also sell to it, but I don't think we want to. And we're not going XP based, so we don't really have a lot to do there. So I am going to go ahead. We're going to start moving out of these guys. I'm going to go ahead and just get... Should I have grabbed the mercenary? Maybe. He would have been a decent one for the first boss. They don't scale as hard as you would like. They're one of those that, yeah, they are on the list of units you can beat Insane with, but you really have to kit into them, and you really have to have things kind of set how you want. Let's check out the garrison. That can sometimes provide some really good things. It did not this time. We do have access to a level 2 egg. Eggy? Yeah. Oh, and now we have the bombshells. Bombshells are nice. I'm going to sell you. I am going to go ahead and grab the bombshell just as like kind of a lesson in setting up the builds. And we will go ahead and grab you as well. That way we start pumping this. It randomly gains stats whenever we do a reroll. It gets +1 reroll on death, and it receives and it will just charge in and explode. And it does get a bonus to its attack based on your bonus to your defense. So swap becomes extremely powerful for it. Now, I'm going to take the egg and probably immediately sell it, or no. Oof. It's always a tough decision. This can clear a path for our guys, though. Now we can start investing in Dryads to kind of give him an early pump, but I'm not going to lean into it too hard. Let's go with a power nut on you, just to make you a little bit longer lasting. And the egg, yeah, we'll go ahead and grab the normal egg, just to let that guy keep getting bumps. Now, if we get a magic shop, we could make the Bombardier extremely powerful. But for right now, that's not really in the cards for us. This will probably sell at the start of the boss. We'll move a bunch of these guys to the bench and get pumps on our scrapper and our bombshell. Lore scroll. I so want to use that. This would be 2 bombshells, though, basically, if we use that. And I want to demonstrate that you don't need to. This is the advantage you would be using on this character. But that would get you up to level 2 on him, which, if I remember correctly, is a 200% bonus to attack. So he'd be getting even more damage every single turn. But we're not doing that. That is good, because he's going to be blowing up a lot. This would be good on many other versions of our build. In fact, we're getting at a point where we have very limited space here. So what we would want to probably do is start unlocking these so we can actually start putting more in there. And I think I'm going to save my money just for that purpose. And now our scrapper is starting to get to the point where he can do some work by himself. Obviously, I'd rather have him in the hundreds, but we're not going to get him there just yet. The scrappers can be used to get to the second boss. We're starting to see more interesting units. We have the greedy units here. In fact, this is enticing to get rid of some of these just to get him into play, because he'll start getting some stronger effects. Warden is actually a really good one to pick up with this as well, just as a temporary, just so we can use it to pump the bombshells with various other spells. But I think it is about time we start leveling up these lovelies. That gets him some stuff going on there. But yeah, let's go ahead and see. I forget, why did he actually... Oh, never mind. I realized what just happened. I am a dumbass. I forgot we reroll whenever we level up. I don't play this class very often. It's not really my favorite. So we just kind of borked ourselves there a little bit, because I should have bought the guy first and then done that. So we're going plan B, which is more defenses. Valiant, we don't have any knighthood allies to really lean on. Oh, there he is. Ooh, do I lock it? You sell for 0. You sell for 0. Do we avoid him getting a bump for a turn is the thing. I could sell the other Dryad that I got for the mercenary. These guys would be fairly decent at helping us against the boss, since these guys are very temporary. Let's go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to go mercenary. That's what we were planning to do in the first place, so might as well stick with it. And he will just get buffs. None of these are going to carry us through the World 3. This is just going to be setting us up for success in World 1. That's sometimes what you have to focus on. The World 2 pivot is a fairly important one for some people, so do keep that in mind. Ooh, another scrapper. We could actually... I'm going to go ahead and set him up. Do have the other Dryad. I think it is time we sell you. Gold Dragon would actually fit the scrapper motif a little bit. As far as permanent units, we are at the point of where I should be selling that guy. So we're going to go ahead and toss those over there. Mercenary, we're going to probably be keeping. We're probably going to be keeping the scrapper for a while. So these 3 getting buffs from this guy is fine. We'll go ahead and move you up there. Start setting things up to be a little bit better for us. Now, the thing is, how do we fit this guy in there? We're going to save him for a minute. That is a good question, because we're going to have to go under 30 for that, which might be worth it for 1 round. In fact, it is going to be worth it for 1 round, because he's going to start giving us another gold source, which does help our economy, which means we can go down to 20. Selfish, that's okay on bombshells, especially if you get 2 of them. We have not seen a second bombshell. And that's going to be where we're going to cut off because, yeah, we need to help our gold. As you can see, the bombshell, it'll tear through the trash at the start, giving us a chance to focus in on the backline enemies. So, as you can see, this is just a haphazard group of units. This is not following a specific strategy. It is literally just, okay, here's the best we can do, let's go with it kind of situation. Now, we do have the level 2 Dryad chilling there. We are going to take our free reroll, which is going to get him some offense. We have another miner. Do I really want to lean into a second miner, though? That would actually not be terrible. We could do 12. Oh, it would drop us down below. Since we are relying on the scrapper for the time being, I am going to roll that. This is a fun one. Oh, but we get less for the scrapper, although he's still doing fine. Do we care? We don't want you leveling up. We don't mind you. We don't mind you. We don't mind you. We don't mind you. This one leveling up would be a little bit of a waste. Yeah, we're going to go like... that. Okay. So that's not a bad one. And we got another bombshell. We're going under 20 for that. Because we want that guy. I could lock in, but at the same time, that would not be ideal. Now we're going to be getting less gold on this round, but it's still fine. Battle start, yeah, we don't have the 20 for that. These guys are going to be coming in probably at the start of the next area. If I had to take a wild guess is how we're looking at it. Getting this scrapper also probably not a bad idea if we're going to keep that scrapper. I'm still not positive we will. He is a good damage source. The thing is, he ends up getting overwhelmed later. So, because he's a small unit. Well, medium unit. Small units are the ones that have like zombies and stuff like that, where they're just tiny units and they get decimated pretty quickly and you just lose all their attack power. That's one reason why Necromancer kind of struggles in insane difficulty unless you build specifically around other units other than just zombies. You can have a super zombie and you can actually have units eat the zombies, but it gets kind of fiddly. All of these are not bad. We're going to go with the elitist because we actually do want some epic units to show up. So 1 in 10 rolls, we should have some epic units. Which are the purple ones that everyone loves. Now, this round, we are going to just do the free reroll. Oh, and we have a bunch of mechas. Tower's fun at this point. Princess is exceptionally good. I'm going to go with the princess. And we are going to sell the bombshell so we can unlock this slot for the princess. Come on, get in there. The question is... Actually, I can get everybody. I can get everybody. Boop and a boop. And we will actually go ahead and unlock this and this. Get you. I really want to go Mecha. This would be like a really good one. At 6, 12, 18, we would have just enough. Although I think they go back up to 8 in the next one. So I'm going to resist it. Mechas would actually be our win con. You know what? I'm going to lock it. We'll worry about how we're going to afford it next time. Probably should have bought one right now. That would have not necessarily guaranteed we could afford it, but right now our current setup is solid. Mechas, we want to get enchants, so we'd have to switch over to wardens. Oh, they stayed 6. Okay. So you guys go ahead and get bought. Reroll. Rage. Okay. Gonna set you on the bench for a moment. Make ourselves a level 2 mecha. And I'm a dumbass. I keep doing that. I am going to keep doing that. Where I forget that it rerolls because of our thing there. Like I said, I usually go for Elementalist. But now we have the mecha ready to go. I will probably be getting rid of our gold dragon, even though it's fairly solid. Simply so we can bring the mecha into play and start getting it levels. Because that's pretty much the best one we have going on there. There's another mercenary. There's the mecha. It can start getting levels. We want to get enchants for it. Scrapper. Ugh. Scrapper's not bad. And lore scroll into princess would be really good right now. The right play is to get the lore scroll for the princess. But I said I wasn't gonna. I am out of moral yeah, fuck it. You guys would do it too. Let's go ahead and get that going. We do get the gold at the start there. And yeah, you can see our scrappers are actually getting up in damage. And that twist on our bomb, I keep calling them bombardiers, they're bombshells. But that twist on the bombshells is one of the ways you end up getting to infinite. As far as this goes, we go for garrison. We're not getting good optional choices here. That's actually a decent pick. That is a really decent pick, though. That is... That's a toughie. I think we're going to spend back below 30. We want to keep this guy for now as just like an offensive tool. Definitely want you. Want you to go up in level. Let's see. Oh, Necromancer plus Bombshell's fun as well. It's not perfect, but it's fun. Do I keep investing in our scrappers? They're probably going to be the ones that go away. And as far as our lines go, this is going to be like that. This guy needs to be leveled up, so I need him in the XP zone. This loadout is jank, by the way. It is not a great one. We're going to grab you, do our free reroll, and we got more purples. Not using the pyromancers, but those are actually kind of fun. They're one of those... They're a weird trap in that they... If you build around them, they can be really amazing support units. They are not your main unit. They are a really good one to get if you end up with a -2 on your shop size, because they will start filling in your shop for you. Especially with princesses and their ability to add things to the shop. So that is a fun one to have out there. Basically, you'd have princesses tagging these, and then you would have your front line being the actual killers, and you'd use the extra shop size to nab a bunch of stuff. Do I want to do them here? No. Necromancer, like I said, is fun with the bombshell. We have the synergies going on there. This guy doesn't have an on death. You are just going to be sort of the support fire. These two are replaceable in the near future if we get something better. The Necromancer would be better if we had the space. This guy still sells for 0, so there's no reason to get rid of him. Shaman, we're too scattered to stick with Shaman. Shaman are good for a monolithic kind of build. If you're using, say, all Bombardiers or something, this would actually be really solid for making them just truly massive. But we're going to go... I'm going to grab the Necro. We need to make space to include it, which shouldn't be too hard. We have mediocre economy, despite the fact that I am just wasting a bunch of stuff. Oh. Ogre or Mecha? Which one do we want? We want Ogre. Because he's going to scale better for beating the bosses than the Mecha, but the Mecha is going to be better if you're pushing infinite. Scrapper, yeah, we'll take a level up on him. That gets us a bunch of ogres. Locking that one in. 100%. We're even selling this necromancer to make some more money. But yeah, we're locking that in. Next round, we're getting ogres and just dumping them all on him. We should have actually given him the level up there, but you'll make mistakes on your run. I might as well make mistakes on mine. I'm totally playing that off as I intended to do that. We're not doing the whole Alzorath is a dumbass thing, right? Jesus. Okay. Well, there's a level 3 ogre. I forgot to unlock that. That, I feel, is a bug, by the way. I think if you lock it, it should just reroll. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. Other people may vary, and we're going to start replacing the scrappers and stuff now. Looking at things like sergeants, we're looking for things like dryads as kind of like temporary spaces. Bombshells and miners are not a bad one. I'm going to grab that bombshell. We're going to just take one miner. That's going to force a reroll there. We'll go ahead and dump the bombshell on now. Dryad. Oof. Who do we replace first? The mercenaries? Yeah, the mercenaries are probably the first ones to get replaced. But since we're already low on resources, we might as well just go like that. Yep. There's Econ again. That's going to give this guy 2 bumps, so that's going to be 12 plus 2 defense each round. Shamans work well with these guys as well. One thing I like doing on the Elementalist is getting ogres in a middle line with the slimes on the front and the shamans on the back. That lets you push End of World 3 super quickly and super easily. And we're going to go ahead and get another Dryad. He's going to escalate way above the scrappers really fast. The question is, will he be strong enough by the time we get to the boss? That is questionable, actually, as to whether we will or not. Elite monster, we probably could actually take, but we're going to go tavern because I'm a coward. And this is an XP thing I absolutely will take. Wisdom's Breath. And on you. Grab the bombshell. And I think we might want to just start unlocking stuff. Gold Dragon into the mix might not be the worst of ideas at the moment. You're worth 6. That's an extra slot open. I'm going to do that so we actually have room to start adding stuff in. Bombshell's going to get a level for a free reroll. And yeah, we've moved off of mercenaries. Gold Dragon's probably going to get tossed. We're still getting XP on everybody, which is nice. This guy needs to get an extra level, but we'll go ahead and take the free reroll. I do want that sergeant, actually. So we lock it down. Obviously, we're not getting the extra gold at the moment, but 3 gold each round is still fine. This guy has been outclassed by the ogre, so he is not bad to sell if we need the extra money. But I'm going to go ahead and open that up, and not the miner, the sergeant is what I intended to grab. We need something that provides a boost to him every battle. Catalyst is not great, but it might actually just hold us over, because we are going to be getting levels on stuff. So we're going to take that as our temporary grab. This guy's going to get sold next time. And is the ogre going to be strong enough by himself to handle the final boss? Not yet. We need to get him more pumps. Currently, we're only getting 4 boosts on his damage per round, which is not really the best. There's another princess, which is a good grab. And ogre to push him up. Do we grab the mecha first and sell the scrappers? I think we do. I think we sell the scrappers, grab the mecha, put the ogre in, free reroll, rarity boost. We got shamans. Shamans are not a bad pickup in this setup. We would actually have to unlock these to make use of it, but... And that rarity boost is extremely tempting as well. See if we can get a legendary. We did. Let's go ahead and lock that. Oh, he's going to cost 30. There's no way in hell we can afford that. Yeah, if that was a level 1 Spellblade, I would be ecstatic. Because the level 1 Spellblade basically, it's deck smoothing for those of you that play TTRPGs. What happens is they guarantee that units that are in your stack show up in shop. So you end up with a way, way, way better setup. So as far as this goes, not the best, not the worst. This guy would level up our mecha, which would give us a free reroll. Do we care about that too much? We already have a shaman, which is going to basically fulfill the function of this dryad. So we don't care about it that much. And we have not been getting... Oh, shit. Well, that's going on you first. I would have gotten a spell for the mecha, but mecha is shifting into plan B. As far as our party goes, we want to keep you out there. You're providing for him. I think we set you on the bench and get you into the actual formation to get the shaman out. Then we take our rerolls, try and dig for enchants. Magic gift could be good. Pacifist, lose 4 attack but gain 100% back his shield. Not ideal for this guy. He's currently not doing too great. Warden would not be a terrible pickup at this point to kind of guarantee we get those, but Princess is frankly the best out of the bunch because they can start feeding off of each other. Again, we only took the 1 lore scroll. I feel guilty about it. We're not going to take a bunch of them. Are we playing super smart? No, we're playing an average kind of build based on what you would normally get. This guy is going to keep getting buffs every little bit. At least he was supposed to. He did not. Oh, wait. Did I grab the wrong... I thought I grabbed the per second one. Did I not? Oh, yeah. It's only on attack now. Used to be just like boom, boom, boom. Now it's just okay. This guy's going to start scaling freaking hard. Okay, this opener, not really ideal. I'm going to take the free roll just to see what we can get. Echo, that's actually good. I'm going to put it on him, even though he's not our main. Bombshell would have been another good target for it. We're under our count there, so I'm going to go ahead and grab those. Do I have the ability? No, I don't have the ability to like set up any kind of other unlocks. These guys are starting to grow, which is going to make this guy grow faster, which means we could eventually go selfish and eat them or have them eat each other. Bombshells are such beasts. They are basically stat logs. I don't know what to call them. They're just bricks you eat stats out of. There we go. They're stat sponges. Now, the most important thing on this fight right now is that we keep this ogre alive, which he should be fine. And every time he attacks, look at that. Look at that. He's getting permanent buffs every single time he bites a face. That's probably the strongest enchant for the... That is bad. I hate sacrifice. There's builds that can play around it, but they don't go very far. Enchantment every 4 rerolls. That would be really good for us, actually. Because that's going to get us stuff for the Mecha down at the bottom. He's kind of been lackluster, unfortunately. That's just how luck of the roll goes. A Phoenix. Frankly, that's not a bad one. Especially since it's free. I think we do Mecha and Bombshell. We've been kind of like running against our own econ here, unfortunately, but it's still fine. Neither of these really scale with his abilities, unfortunately, either. Another princess? Yes, please. We are going to probably sell this Dryad. We can get another slot there. I'm going to rearrange stuff real quick. There you go. And then put this guy. Do I actually have the space? I probably should, but my brain is not working on how to arrange it so that we have all 4 touching both the Mecha and the Ogre. Although, really, what we should be doing... I think later on I'm going to shift it to where it's hitting the bombshells. Although, at the same time, it's not really that important. So, I don't think we really have a good thing to do anything with. We're going to put him out there, just extra money on the next roll. We're going to... Well, that's one reason why we kept him around. Just in case there's a spot we couldn't fit a 4x2. That should get us enough to do a... And he's also no money if we do sell him. He's also just there. And that should be enough to push us over to being able to get that slot unless we get something we absolutely need in the shop. Bombshell would not be bad. We're going to go for the other Dryad. Do I keep leveling the bombshells? We're not turning this into an infinite run. This is normal difficulty. The achievements there I've already done. I think we just roll with it for a little bit to build our money back up so we actually start getting the 20s. But this is far from a perfect run. But you can see it is working. And this is generally how you want to do it, regardless of what you get. You can start with just coin and do a similar thing, because you can get scrappers early on, and they will provide themselves coins, especially if you're lucky on the rolls. This setup, not too great. Tribal. It's not going to actually do anything, but we'll go ahead and grab it. Because it's free. Cauldron is a tempting beast. I'm just trying to think of how we would work it in. Because you go back there. You go down like that. And then we buy these slots up here and put the cauldron between the two of them. I think is the play. And yes, I do want the cauldron like ASAP. Is this a good layout? Hell no. Is it going to work? Yeah. Ta-da! And each time he attacks, he's just going to keep getting stronger by 8. I kind of wish I would get him leveled up a little bit faster, and that also hurts our XP for the bombshells and the ogre, but we'll fix that in the next round. I just didn't feel like sticking around on that screen forever. Forgotten treasure for sure. That gets us back towards our goals. Go ahead and pop that. You come up here. And these are staying on the ogre. Now, the reason I'm not moving the bombshells back is simply because, well, they obviously want to be getting the boost from the defensive things. There's another princess. Got a crap ton of money so we can actually do this. It's a level 2 princess as well. Jeez. Really expensive, but good. Question is, where do we want to stick her? I think we're actually going to move these up like that. So now we at least have some XP coming on those guys. One thing we could do is just shift this whole thing up. That way he can be there. We can have the other level 2 princess hitting that. This guy might end up going away. In fact, I think that is not a terrible idea. Princess there, and I think you want to go down there. So all you're missing out on is one of the princesses. He's getting a good chunk of them. We can actually move you. Nope, he wouldn't get the defense buff from these guys. I think we are kind of stuck there with them. Ogre, yes. We just want to stay above 20. Now we actually have a slot for you. This guy's just going to be... I don't know if we actually end up using him. He's not particularly great anymore. We don't have a spot to sling him in and still get XP going around to how we want it. We'll continue on. And there's another princess, so yep, you go away. Goodbye. So you get to sit there. Mecha would level up, so we go ahead and set him there. Ogre, you're going to level up as well. Do we take the haste drop? Yes. So Ogre level up. Do we care about any of these? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and grab that for him. Then we're going to do Mecha. Do we go with the wit drops? King is fun. We've already played around with him a little bit, but I'm not going to show him off in this one. Go see the drag. Was it the dragon one we had? No. Yeah, it was the dragon one. No, it's actually one I didn't release because it borked up. Oh yeah, never mind. You saw nothing. Let's see. Wit drop is not bad. Didn't get anybody a level up, but it's still not bad. There's another cauldron that would put the cauldron up. We also have a princess sitting in there. We have the haste drop. These two are very tempting. That would put us below 20 to grab them. But it's still not terrible. Princess would probably go in the place of the gold dragon. Cauldron being level 2 would get us better drops, although we're not concerned about the quality of the drops in this build. If you're going heavy cauldron, you are. You actually do want them leveling up. We did show that off a little bit whenever we did the endless run. The princess is good early on. I think we've got this on lockdown, but this ogre is not 100% where we want it. It's just fairly strong. And what we'll probably end up doing, the shaman could go away, and we could go cauldron. In fact, that's actually not the worst of ideas. Goodbye, friend. Ooh, there we go. That one is nice. It gives you evade for 2 seconds. This one gives you move speed, which is even better for him. But I'd actually rather have the evade for now. That way he stays alive better. Princess. Do we really need the princess? Nah, we're fine. Oh, one fun thing about necromancers. This is just an aside. I don't know if they changed it on 1.0 release, but in the playtest, they would give you zombies of their level. So if you go princess necromancer, you can get some really high just starting zombies. They get a little bunkers. Okay. Let's see. We do have a spellblade. That would probably come in the place of the gold dragon. We're going to go ahead and set him back on the bench. So now you're just going to sit up there and take advantage of all the levels we gained. Do I care about the rest of the stuff in this formation? Nope, we don't. We're going to go ahead and do a wit drop on you then. Because that gets us a free reroll. Valiant, we don't have knighthood. This guy's an arcanist. So we go like that, and that's just going to continue to make him much stronger. I will go ahead and dump him in there. We're above 20. Valiant does not work on anybody. We don't have the enchant gold thing, otherwise I would just drop it on a random dude. But yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to check. After this, let's go ahead and check settings, gameplay, screen shake off. Someone mentioned that that might take away the camera gyration. We didn't really have a good chance to test it on this one yet. But now that we actually have multiple things doing all their nonsense, no, it still does the weird camera thing. So no, that does not fix our problem. Sorry. We will buy the Bombardier. That's going to get another reroll going. I so want to go Pyromancer on one of these. Pyromancer's fun. We'll go with that. Try and get this guy up to level 2 as well so we can get better drops. Switch it back to haste. Didn't get anyone a level, so let's go ahead and get our free reroll. Bloop. Now we're going to start getting free rerolls. Okay, Spellblade. We're going to go down below 20. Demolition. Every 6 seconds, summon a bombshell with 25. Really? We don't have a unit that can take advantage of that? Let's put it on you for now. And, oh, I didn't save enough for the wit drops. Well, we're not getting levels off of those. We're going to go ahead and spell Blade and Bombshell then. Although we're not going infinite, so the Bombshell getting another level is probably not going to happen. Or if it does, it's not worth it. But as you can see, they do just crawl through stuff, and now we actually summon more Bombshells as we fight. Nice little distractions they are. And of course, we have to take Devil's Game if we want. Anytime we see Devil's Game, we take it. Because, you know, gambling is fun, kids. That is not life advice. Please do not take that as life advice. I am not condoning gambling. I don't gamble myself. Actually, Bombshell would have been good on this guy. So life drop, that is not bad. In fact, I think we want that instead of you. Because that'll get this guy a regen, which will make him stick around much longer. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This one's gonna catch my toe. Yeah, it's the pity one. I get the pity one most of the time. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. This guy's only getting stuff from 2 princesses. We could move you up and still not change anything. Let's go with... We're already below 20, so I might as well get you to level up next time. Is our ogre going to level up again? He might. He might actually level up, I think, next round? It does reach a cap of 250 XP per level up. And obviously, getting princesses this late, you're not going to get the crazy levels we did on the other one. Deal damage to all adjacent enemies. You know what? Sure, why not? It's free. A free enchantment. Deal with it. Oh, this right here. If you start with Mecha, this is what you want to see. These get obscene on mechas, especially if you get them up to high levels. Yes, it's a fixed number increase, but until you start going endless mode, it'll carry your butt. And yes, we'll see how far we can get into endless mode, because why the hell wouldn't we? There's our ogre. It's going to give us a free reroll, so we need to be careful about that. Do we grab the mecha? Yes. Okay, so now he's going to be getting 12 per change. Really? We'll sell one of those guys to get the other ogre, I think. Wit drop is not bad. We could do this guy wit into life and get her to level up. Because we're probably not going to get another ogre level up before the end. Oh, but if she levels up, we lose this life drop. That is a disadvantage of this guy, because you can't really chain stuff like that very easily. You know what? Let's just do that. Oh, and we got it. Okay. And Mecha. And that's going to be better for him. This is going to be nice. He's going to be gaining 5 temporary. He's going to get stronger the longer the fight goes on. And since he's back line, if we can get a sniper, it'll be chef's kiss. Mostly we just got free enchants on him because, you know, it gives him damage bonus. As you can see, Ogre should be fine for killing the final boss now. I don't think there's anything that's going to stop him. 22. Do we go bombshells? You know what? Why not? We could get one more level on the bombshell. That way we could possibly go into endless with some level of success. It's not going to be a high level of success. And yeah, I do prefer the move speed. Gets him into the front lines. We're not going to get super far into endless. That would be a free reroll. Sure. We're starting to see the ogres show up. Selfish is good later on. We're not going to be doing it right now, though. I mean, why not? Fight. Look at that damage. And he's going to just keep growing each time he fights. You're going to keep growing each time you fight as well. We got him up to a super high level. That's another good one for his offense. He just lacks the durability. So if we came across a burrowing boss, we would just be boned. Because they do seem to like to go for your mid and back line. There's all of our mechas. You know what? Why not? We're going by our pants anyway, so blip. And blip. Ta-da! He's even stronger. Now, one thing I could do is actually have him eat the ones around him, but at the same time, that robs us of a decoy unit. Actually, no, it doesn't. It just robs us of Inferno. But that doesn't help him as much as you would think. I think the only thing right now that would give our ogre more damage per fight would be the defense on XP thing. Because we have how many princes? Oh, we actually only have 2 princesses feeding into him. So no, it wouldn't even be that. Our princess arrangement is subpar at best. None of those particularly interest me. Watch. He eats one! Yay! We are going to go endless. Who would we want to put that on? These become less useful the further in you go, by the way. The lore scrolls, because they're only 100 XP. Yeah, they can get you leveled up, and this one can just farm them once you get like super crazy econ going with, say, a level 100 miner like we had in the other run, but let's just go Spellblade. Go simple. There's another free reroll. And I will just go the haste drop. Ta-da! Greed, we're probably never gonna see again. This one's not bad on the mechas either, but the lone wolf is generally going to be better. You know what? We'll go with it. Why not? Let's see what it scales up to. 18 by 18? That's not bad. At 100, I don't know how high that would be. There goes our booms. And he's just going to continually be getting stronger as he fights, which is a pretty good escalation. Especially whenever you have an enemy like this. And ta-da. You can beat normal with any of the starters. You can beat hard with a decent number of them. Insane difficulty, though, does require rerolling, in my opinion. At least if you want a consistent victory. Yes, you can win it with any of them on Insane, but you have to get lucky. Now, Endless Mode, I'm going to get screwed. Oh, that one's actually not bad. We can boom a little bit of econ off of that. especially since we sometimes get free enchants. So how far into infinite do we go? Probably not very far. This one is not a % scaling setup. Do I want to reroll? Yeah. Should I let my economy grow? Maybe. The big thing is we're not going to see our units get truly massive. So I'm wagering by Endless 2 or maybe 3, we are going to die. That's the only reason I said, well, we'll try Endless. Because it's not going to take me 3 hours to actually play through it all. We are going to start to see lag, though. That is definitely something that shows up. Do I care about the haste drops? Not really. But we'll go ahead and take them. There's a whip drop. I kind of want a life drop, oddly enough. She blows. And yeah, there's an achievement for getting the 4 different cauldrons. You need one of each color into a battle. I'm not going to do that right now. And yes, the Spellblade is the reason why we're getting our own units. Would I want to replace the Dryads if I was taking this seriously? Yes. The main units I would probably replace out of all this, at least early on, would be the Dryads, probably with either a second Bombardier and go dual Selfish, which we might, if we can get that going, I might be able to show it off. Let's try the Garrison, see if we can. No such luck. Maybe we'll get Bombardier down here. We did not. Got a Dryad. Try some of these rerolls. Do another Mecha. That'd be a free well, not a free reroll. It would be a easy enough reroll. Nothing there. Could also just do a wit drop there. In fact, if we swapped those, it's cheaper than getting another Mecha. Actually, I don't mind that one being up there. But I think I would rather have it down low so it keeps getting more and more. Die more and more. You guys know what that's a reference to. You old like me. You're old like me, bitches. But yeah, it's only at turn start that we get 2 troops from our thing, so chances of us getting Bombardier pretty slim. Oh, we'll move on. Ogre is fine. I do wish there was a way to get multi-enchant on other units that don't naturally have it. Maybe have an enchantment that lets you have 2 additional enchantments on there with it. And once you get rid of that enchantment, they all just fall off. Or you can't put more enchantments on them. That'd be kind of a nice one. Lot of necromancers in this hand. We're looking for another Bombardier. Rage on you seems like not a terrible idea. Could go Wardens. This guy does not need near as much growth per turn to be viable. Nah. There's a Selfish. In fact, I am going to put Selfish on you. Just in anticipation of us being able to do some weird stuff. Still skipping the Pyromancers. I said I wasn't going to use them. And yes, I know I used a scroll. And we get a second. Oh, there's the bombshells we were looking for. Well, you guys are going to fall in here. Yes, I know we're... Oh, wait, never mind. We're not even going to win this wave. No matter what I do, we're not winning this wave. This guy is going to one-shot a lot of our units. If we win this one, it's going to be by the skin of our ass. The reason being is this guy does 6,400 some odd damage. He's going to be able to one-shot our ogre. We would need bombardiers to hit him effectively, not just blow up over on the side over here by themselves. And then we would need him to go after the ogre, get hit by the ogre at least once, while our mecha is focusing. We could win this. but it's not super likely. Oh, he left our ogre alone. Oh, we barely got that. It doesn't look like it, but we did just barely get that. 10% for all of our units, or we could get plus 35 gold. It's between these two. I'm going to go with Demonic Wealth. Kind of gamble it a little bit in the hope of getting enchants. But we are not going to be scaling super hard. Glass Cannon. That's like the inverse of what we want right now. And by the way, that is based on change, not on whether it's a boon or decrease. This guy is just eating the guys around him, by the way. So let's go ahead and take our rerolls. Do I care about those? No. Or still no. I don't like that. Don't like that. Tribal? I mean, it's an enchantment. It's free. Might as well take it. And I keep forgetting. We have the 3 gold per enchantment placed. Lone Wolf. Is it a free one? No, that's a 5 gold one. What we're looking for is more Bombardiers and Selfish. That's Phoenix. Phoenix, you know what? It'll go on him for now. Wit drop. Not going to get a level off of it, but might as well. Let's go for life drop on you just to mix those up a little bit. Glass Cannon, Rage. I mean, it is free, so I might as well, like, rage one of you. Just for extra money. This is how economy in this works. And yes, I know my princesses are set up like shit. Judge me, bitches. And we'll stay above 20. There's another bombshell for us. Do we stay above 20? Well, we're going to go ahead and grab a rage for you as well. That gives us enough for the boom shell. I can sell the dryads. They're not going to be doing anything for us, unfortunately. They're basically 2 pops of this guy. That does free us up to move our units around, though, now that I think about it. You go ahead and go in there. Which means you can come back. And the princesses can be in a position to get more units, I think. The bombshells, their position does not matter as much. So generally what we would want move you around. Like that. Go with you. That's not going to work very well either. I'm just trying to think of the best position for everything, and it gets a little fiddly. We don't want them eating the ogre. I think the ogre is actually going to go up top. He's got 4 coming in on him. Probably want to move you like that so we actually get decent XP on everybody. The issue right now is how to get them on as many of the booms as possible. I'm not as concerned about them being on the ogre, but I would like them there. Obviously, the front bomb is more important, but still. Getting them on both would help them escalate into each other a little bit better. That gets them all on the ogre, which is like just what I said I didn't want to do. Maybe something like that. That gets 4 on you, 6 on you, 2 on you. Nah. I think I'd rather have 6 on this guy. Let's go ahead and re-roll some. See if we can get... Ooh, there's a magic shop. Of course, I'll take cheap rolls. Sage on XP received, get defense. That's going to be better on you, because it's going to let you escalate more. Inheritance. Catalyst. I mean, Catalyst is not going to hurt anything, because it's just going to pay for itself, so we might as well put it on somebody. There we go. One thing I just realized I could do. That keeps the kind of same loadout. This guy doesn't get any levels off of that, is the only downside of it. I'm thinking my insistence on using the cauldrons is what's causing me the problems here. Because really, the cauldrons are not going to do much. They basically make this guy tankier. Which he's just holding the line until we get to the end of Endless too. Otherwise, he's going to be just useless after that. We'll keep him for now. We'll just roll with this. Magic Shop. Fast learner, I mean, not terrible. None of these are really what we want. And since it's instant death, if we get hit at all, might as well take those. What we're looking for now is a selfish. Caretaker on you. We'll swap these around, because it's going to benefit the ogre more. Free reroll. Well, not free. 4 gold reroll. Not going to get any more levels. I'm just really debating which way we want. There's a fast learner on you. That's 3 more gold. And obviously, you can see our econ is not doing terrible. What else do we have going on here? And yes, our princess setup is no better than it was before I started messing with it. I think we might go glass cannon on this guy instead of XP since he's in the back row. We'll skip it. We'll just re-roll until we're down to 30 and see if we can get another selfish. Free meteor for more gold, sure. All I'm looking for is a selfish. A glass cannon. We keep getting that. It's not what I want. Catalyst. Free gold on you. And yes, we can do that as much as we want, by the way. Rage is going to cost 5. We don't care about it. Yes. I'm going to go ahead and dump that on him. Yes, that puts us below 30. There's Sage. I'm going to just drop it on you for 3 gold because it's the same thing you already have. And there's our bombshells. You know what? Full ham. Transmutation. No. Lone wolf. I mean, there, free gold. We're already below 20. We might as well go full ham on this nonsense. Just wasting all our resources looking for right there. There we go. That means we swap things up with purpose. You guys need to be getting all the XP. That means this has to be like that. Means you guys move up here. Ogre is just a waste of space now. We'll be getting rid of the cauldron soon, too. In fact, we might go more spell blades just so... Because what we're wanting to set up now, this mecha just needs to linger around and get XP. That is his job in life now. He's going to linger around, get XP. Bombardiers are going to feed off of each other and get exceptionally strong. We need this guy to not be touching them. Otherwise, he's going to get bad. We're going to be swapping out the top enchant. I keep forgetting what it's called. It's the one that gives us one every second. We want to get the one that has 30 gold. This cauldron can go ahead and get sold because it's the lower level one. Okay. Objectives have changed. We need more princesses. We need another princess there. In fact, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, our objective has just straight up changed. We do not care about the ogre anymore. Charm, you just go there. Whenever we cast a spell, it gets more XP. I don't know why I'm doing this on normal. Getting normal to 25 is not really poignant. Mecha. Tribal copy. I think for now, copy is actually not that awful, but we'll just go with this for now. We'll be getting a decent amount of money each time from the little mining guys. Obviously, the run where we started with the princesses was kind of similar to this. This is what we should have done if we actually really wanted to go to 25. I figured it was just a nice gimmicky video to kind of go through with, and we got lucky on it, so we were able to go further than I anticipated, but I still got bored at around like 20. Well, technically, I was bored on Endless 15. If I remember correctly, it goes up to 25. And yes, they are going to keep eating each other. But we want these guys to start going munch, munch, munch. If we find another selfish, we're grabbing it on him right away. Lone wolf, just free money. Bombshell, hey, it's a roll and we need it. That's not another roll yet. Echo, no. We do grab that. That's going to push us down below the 20 threshold for money, unfortunately. At the same time, I want to be trying to get certain things, and we're just not getting them. I want another selfish for the mecha, is what I want. And I said I wasn't going to do a lore scroll, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a lore scroll. And they're starting to escalate, at least. This is how we start getting those infinite things. The big issue is, are we going to be able to get far enough in to actually see that escalation be useful for us? Haunted Temple versus Alchemist. Alchemist is very tempting because of swaps. Haunted Temple is fun because we can get a perk. Although it's going to cost 20. Let's play risky. We're on normal. It doesn't matter. I'm putting too much thought into that nonsense. Okay, troops by blah 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 blah. Roll costs increased by 8. That is -2 shop slots doesn't work for me though. I was looking at it like, oh, I get 2 free rerolls. If I go more bombardiers, I get even more free rerolls. But I'm not gonna do that. That doesn't feel right. We'll just get 3 gold from you. And off we go. Probably should be focusing on getting the Mecha to be a little bit stronger. Let him take advantage of his 30s. As you can see, the princesses are going up quite a bit. 48. Another bombshell on that guy, so they grow faster. And we need to stay above 30. Still, oh, Jesus, all the kings. All the king's men and all the king's mechas. Phoenix just goes in on whoever for money. Let's go with you. Instead of Lone Wolf, you now revive. Revive me! Don't care about that. And yeah, I am rolling, so we'll just be able to lock. Oof. Yeah, but then we lose. Actually, not that bad. We'll lock. That'll at least keep it back for these fights. And the question is, does he leave the ogre alone long enough for us to take advantage of this stuff? I think we actually lose here. Yep, we lose here. Bye-bye. I mean, Endless 2 is a tough one. If we would have built from it at the beginning, we probably could have gone for this. Goal was just finish the game. Show you guys that, yes, normal is beatable with junk units. We ended up with less junk units towards the end. This is oddly a setup I end up with a lot whenever I'm pushing any kind of late game, but I usually like starting with either Princess or Mecha. Ogre is good for just completing the game. He doesn't scale hard into the end. Bombardiers, if you get them early, they can be kind of fun. But really, normal difficulty you should be able to beat with just basic gold and any old unit you can find. And then as you proceed, you're like, okay, this is where my econ is coming from. This is where my scaling is coming from. XP, very good addition, but you're probably going to start getting that late World 2 usually. So you want to get scaling and money kind of in your brain as your goal. And then you'll beat normal, and then you can start unlocking everything. Including Arena, which I'm not a fan of Arena right now. I'll get into that another time. But keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath. Bye.